The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
All right, we're back. I said 2008. You said 2005. This was probably your dream because I gave it away to him already. He knows who I encountered last night. And so I'm sorry. I gave it away on the break. I wanted to do it on air, but I flubbed it.
Well, you know how much I was obsessed with this guy? Because I think you only said the first...
I said the first name and you knew instantly.
Syllable. I don't even think you said the whole name.
Oh, yeah. I might have just started
it was just a sound.
Breathing before I said the name. Yeah. I really just projected just how my body winced as I was about to say it. You sensed who it was. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how to feel about anyone anymore. He was very nice to me. Very nice to me. That's all I'll say. And I got to admit, flattered. So last night I performed at Supernova. I met two besties that approached me after my set, and I loved meeting them. They were so freaking nice. Liz, and then there was another one, and I forget your name, but you were so special to me as well. So thank you for coming out. And then Eisenberg. Ham Drip. No, I met Madeline.
Madeline. Yeah, she left us a voicemail.
Yeah, I met her at the Comedy Store. And she was lovely. Her and I believe her sister. That was the set I had after. So I had 3 sets last night, but at the Supernova, I got there and poor Mark, the guy who runs the show, was like panicking and just was stressed out and kind of like, having one of those nights. And I was like, it's okay, buddy. It's just a show, we'll be okay. And I could tell he was just stressed out. And I wanted to leave his stress. So he was like, hey, and I was like, well, when am I up? And I was supposed to be up. Like I had a time schedule and I was there for it. And he's like, so Jeremy Piven's up next. And then it's you. And he was so scared to tell me because getting bumped by anyone at that place is always like very reverential of me. But actually, I don't like to bump anyone. If someone thinks they're going up, I hate when I have to come in and like knock everyone's time back. I'm mindful of it. If it ever happens, it's because a producer just is like, we got to get Nikki in. I have never sent anyone to bump anyone. So if I apologize to any comedian ever who gets quote unquote bumped by me, unless it's urgent, I will never I'll always wait and I'll always ask you. But anyway, so I didn't care. And I was like, I've never seen Jeremy Piven perform. And also I was an Entourage fan. So I'll just watch a set. How have you encountered Jeremy Piven? What did he mean to you, Andrew, as one of the #1 Entourage fans back in the day?
I mean, he was everything to me. I mean, he was my
Was he your favorite character?
Yeah. I mean, he was you watch it now, it's cringy, but it's still funny. Like he's still and
he's
I think
great
he really
actor.
represented that time, and I think he was a great actor in it. And
I loved him on Ellen's show.
He had a very big range. Like he's a good actor. Like he fucking his love for Lloyd, even though he was insanely racist and derogatory, but there was a love underneath it, which I think
he was a complex person that you rooted for, even though he was a piece of shit, and that's hard to do to portray.
And he was smart. He was a good husband. He cared about his kids. However, he was he cared about who he was representing. Like it really felt like a connection with him and Vince. And yeah, any guy fucking watching that show, it completely constructed my whole personality.
Did you hug it out, bro, with your friends? Did you do hug it out?
Yeah, after
that
I did
was his
cocaine,
line, right?
I'd hug it out, and then I would fucking
Would you say hug it out? Would you do? Yeah, because that was his line, right? For people who don't know, because it was such a show that was on a while ago, but a lot of our listeners have no idea. He was the agent to Vince Vince is the lead character on Entourage, and Ari was the cunning, hilarious. He kind of reminds me of what other characters would he remind you of? That he's been.
I mean, he's great in PCU. Have you ever seen PCU?
No. He was in something else too, but I really liked him on Ellen's show. Ellen.
He's the friend in Serendipity.
I haven't seen that either. I just know he rips up. I remember the trailer and being like, that's probably going to be my favorite movie. And I never ended up seeing it.
Now I'm sure you have some ideas of him with certain stories that have come out over the last few years. It's interesting to watch something like that, a character that you like on TV, and then you hear shit about him, and then you're watching him as a comedian. I
can't do all the research. I mean, I guess I could do the research and it's exhausting for me to police that right now at that time. So I'm not going to be say something shitty. I don't want to instigate anything. And I'm just there to do a fucking set and then talk about, and observe. But what my experience was, I thought he's obviously new at comedy, and
Is he that new
he
at
has a
this
great
point, though?
impression. I think so.
Yeah, probably.
But he's
5
up
years,
against
6
people
years.
that have been doing it 20
Yes.
plus years. It's like, it's, it just stands out because it would be the same thing. There was something about it I liked that I have to say is that it's something he obviously cares a lot about, probably always wanted to do, got a late start. And I admire any adult who starts late in something that you look foolish when you're compared to the people your age that are also doing this thing. So I like, and he didn't look foolish. I mean, he has a couple really like well-written, well-crafted jokes. And then there was like a vulnerability that I liked of him talking about like being angry about certain actors who are working and he isn't, like having bitterness about his career is funny and interesting. And so there's definitely something there. Like you can clearly tell he's like, this is something he's always wanted to do and pursue. And so I have respect for that. But yeah, he brought me up and it was very nice because I was like, does he even know who I am? I went to the premiere of an Entourage season one time. No, it was season like 3 or something. I just moved to LA, whatever, 2006, the summer 2006, whenever that came out. I got tickets. I got like invited through my manager who was like hip pocketing me at the time. And I invited Anthony Jeselnik. And he was down to go, and we went, and I guess it was like a date. I don't know. I don't even fucking know. But but I just remember it was so good. That might have been one of the coolest things I've ever done, is go to an Entourage party, and I was like so out of place.
Smoke a cigarette there?
Oh, if we were smoking indoors, I was definitely smoking inside there.
So what do you wear to an Entourage? Like,
I can't even imagine what I wore. I had the worst fashion sense back then. I don't know what I wore. I really just hope that I got lucky that night because then by some off chance I was like, looked kind of innocuous, because if I was ever trying to stand out fashion wise back then, it was a nightmare. But I remember he checked me. Yeah. I felt like he checked me out one time and it was very validating. Because I mean, he was like such a fucking stud back then. I mean, and I remember being like, Jeremy Piven, check me out. Like, got it. And then last night I felt nice because he said, when he brought me up, he like knew all my credits and he said I was absolutely hilarious, and I could tell he meant it. And for whatever reason, that praise meant something to me from the girl who used to be like, he's a good comedic actor, like and when he was famous back in the day when you used to like look up to him. There was like, sometimes you meet people that you have an idea of when you're an adolescent or like a young adult, and you idolize them, or you like famous people.
They can do no wrong.
Like I still do it. I love famous people, and I get like excited just to meet someone that I'm like, oh my God, I like used to watch you on TV, and like I had no idea I'd ever like be like meeting you. There's something cool about that. And I have to admit that was cool to me. And I said it on stage. I was like, Jeremy Piven thinks I'm funny. That kind of that strokes my ego in 2004. 2004 Nikki is loving life.